Oh, okay. So Perlita and Bernard and that team there admit that they're outlaws again. So let's go. Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard Chance, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, Blitz, Crips, MS-13, DJ Day, Perlita Quinwan, Ellery's, Robo Knight, and 1961 Oyster Crime, and the Bitted Boxes, and Jonestown and Branch Davidians. They're outlaws. So outlaws break laws. So 5 years of you in denial and more torture times 2, Perlita, with the Robo Knight, and you're outlaws. So you admit in your little broadcast recording that you're criminals. Like I said before, that you're criminals and you steal and you outlaws. So you're thieves, Perlita, and for like the second, third time, fourth time, how many times you've done this, you guys have absolutely done nothing but ruin people's lives. So therefore, Perlita, remember what I say is those who do follow the rules in society don't have to follow the rules of the outlaw. And so the outlaws. So they can do things that you might not be able to, Perlita, to prove their point. So like I said, therefore the reality that is constructing is the lies of you outlaws and the destruction and the things. Hey, look, Ellery and them were pedophiles for sure then, huh? Rapists and thieves. So stole from me and my cousins, my friends at school, my parents, let's just get it straight that you're, and even the country and western carnies, they force you into an initiation, into something they didn't want. So the kids that were actually set in so they didn't have to put up with this shit, who are sick, didn't have to shit and all that, you all destroyed on purpose, Perlita, because you wanted to be the outlaws and you wrecked trillions of dollars. So thanks, your group, Perlita, that you associate with your outlaws, the outlaws, the law, you owe shitloads of money to normal working society that had it going. That means, Joe, and your cowboy, why you guys are sick and you're all diked out and shit is because of the doings of your idiotic fucking philosophy, as opposed to people who know what they were doing. So the outlaws got jealous of those people that actually knew what they were doing and then drove us out and committed rape crime and all that stuff. So Robo Knight, Ellery's, DJ Dave, you actually committed those crimes and then lied for 4 years and tortured people who actually knew this stuff was going on, put marks on their faces and eyes, destroying trillions of dollars. So you run around like an outlaw, like a fucking idiot, Perlita, wherever you are in the world and a nation. But then they know. So they can expect you back and forth. But now that we have that MS-13 in the crowd that you hang with, Perlita, that gang, you admit it, so then that means that you admit you're criminals, and then that would mean that you owe the people that are the victims of your crimes a lot of money. So that benefits the military, police, firefighters, Kennedys, Bowmans, all those people, the Columbine, the Virginia, all that stuff that happened, the rocket exploding, all those things that your group did, Ellery's and your little LGBT fat group, Perlita, you owe those entities a shit load of money. So the planes flying into the Twin Towers, Perlita, since your attitude fits those that do that kind of thing, like the poking, clicking, and programming, your teacher there, or whatever, your homies that do that, that means you're responsible for those planes going into those buildings. Now, they paid what's his name, some $2 billion for the insurance company. That means that you would have to pay that insurance company that paid him the $2 billion, and probably another $2 billion to cover that of the victims, Perlita. Get it? You don't want to be such a big, pompous smartass and elitist that big, because then you'll end up owing the world a lot of money for, like, the rest of your existence. Now, you could be using the Quinwans' name so you don't have to pay, so you can push blame onto a girl that did nothing wrong to you, Perlita. But even still, they know where you live, okay? So you and Joe and your argument through this generational thing that you're taking out on me and my family and shit, which I have no idea it is, but you're taking it out on us, and the Negroes are, that means that your factions, Bloods, Crips, MS-13, Perlita, that set, why you're retarded is because you make your people retarded on purpose, Perlita. So not only do you owe all my friends and family a big sum of money, even those that you lead, Perlita, you owe money. In the Negroes, all this thing that you guys repeat for Joe's immortality, okay? Which means, Perlita, if Joe and Harry and Ellery and you guys didn't get involved with those families' lives and didn't screw us up at all, we wouldn't have to be dealing with this shit. Which means, Perlita, that you're a pain in the ass and I don't want anything to do with you or Jordan because you're a set-in from Mike Geico Joe or whatever. It means you're fucking delusional lunatic, Perlita, that should never touch a computer again. Because you basically use it to commit terrorist attacks with your sugar daddy. So you go be the outlaws, but now people know yet again and they're prepared for Perlita's stupidity when it enters the San Diego area. And then these authorities can alert Colorado and then Michigan, Washington. Oh, look, we find the guys that screwed over Starbucks and do the clicking at the teeth, and Perlita takes people hostage, and the 61 Oyster Man, and we have your little group. It's always the same problem group that got together. So we know you're the outlaws, Perlita, but you can do what you want to do, but in the long run, when you grow up, you're going to have to owe the Navy, the bases, the police, the firefight, all the damage that you guys did for your prank and joke. You'll have to pay back, not only to the nation, but to the other nations that you all affected as well, as you're running back and forth doing whatever you want. So be careful there, Perlita. Because I don't condone, you just do it because you want to force somebody to marry you or just have all this attention directed just so you could hear your voice. Okay? Making you an idiot. That's your problem, Perlita. But in the long run, whoever helps you in you're going to owe a lot of money. And, you must be doing it so you can crack my dad's safe, right? But Perlita, there might not be anything in there. The whole point is that he may have used that as a symbol to say, I want to find out who are the ones that were in my house that jacked me. Understand? So here's the combination, Perlita, for you. 0, 0, 0 for Perlita Quinwan and her gangs. 0, 0, 0. Get it? For the racist KKK. 0, 0, 0 for the Oyster Cracker Man and the Bitted Boo Boy boxes. 0, 0, 0 for Bernard LaChance. You guys keep saying my parents are stupid. 0, 0, 0 for Ellery. 0, 0, 0 for Cowboy Harry J. Race. 0, 0, 0 for Joe Zillick. Right? And see, we have an intent and motive that, Joe went after the family. 0, 0, 0 for Jim Riley. 0 for Gordon Airy 138. 0, 0, 0 for Doug King. Because you guys ultimately broke into the safe already and stole from my father, Jay Beswick, Ron Miller, Paul Puller, Mel Cobe, whoever, for your gain, Perlita. Because it was actually you and your small fry runt that didn't want to do the work. So you guys are actually making Joe's story true, that he actually took kids and put them in a box and tortured them to death to make his gain happen. His own flesh and blood. Because he's a pussy.